don't want the van getting there before
all right, I'm coming, aren't I? Now then. Is there anything we forgot?
No, for the umpteenth time, I get this thing started. Let's get off.
Don't forget to lock off. Anyway, I might be back before.
Bye, bye. See ya.
Good luck in your new home. Bye.
Oh, well. Even the air smells clean around here.
Don't hang about, look, let's get it done before bad people get here.
Who's this?
Well, that was Mr. Ballantyne's, wasn't it? I mean, he said he'd hang on to give us the keys. Ah, Mr. Ballantyne.
Mr. Roberts, Mrs. Roberts.
Hello.
Sorry to keep you hanging about. You know, these things are best laid plans and all that.
Look, this is very awkward. We tried to get you before you left, but we just missed you.
Awkward? What's awkward?
I'm sorry, but you can't move in.
What do you mean can't move in? Of course you can move in, it's our house.
Just a minute, please. I'm sorry, I'm not with you.
There's been a hitch in the chain. The people we're buying from can't complete, so we can't. There's nowhere for us to move to.
Well, there's nowhere else to move to either.
Oh, yes there is. Here. This is our house. We've bought it.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Roberts. You haven't.
Hey, now, just hang on a minute.
Look, there's no point in arguing about it, Mr. Roberts. That's the situation. This is still our house. And until this little problem's cleared up, there's no way we can move. I'm sorry.
Oof. Well, what did the solicitor say?
He wasn't there, was he? He's gone home for the day. They can't get him.
That must be so long.
There's only a kid there. Secretary's gone home as well. He's gone to get a boy from school. He's been taken poorly.
Oh.
What's wrong then, Jake?
Well, there's only one thing we can do. Get back to Coronation Street.
You're the gaffer?
I don't believe this. I don't. I mean, it's just all a bad dream. I'll wake up in a minute, won't I, Alfie? Oh, please tell me I will.
Oh, blimey, they're a bit quick off the mark.
Oh, just get out of here.
Wait up.
I don't care. Anywhere. Just go before someone sees us.
Well?
I've spoken to the boss.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I can take the van back to the depot, leave your stuff on tonight, and then it'll be to be storage.
Oh, well, thank heaven for that anyway.
Cost you?
How much?
Oh, Alfie, it doesn't matter how much. We've no choice. Just take it back to your yard, please. Then perhaps we can start looking for a roof over our heads for the night. And before you start worrying how much that's going to cost, that doesn't matter either. Not one jot. So come on, please.
Anyway, the room's not too bad.
You're a couple of hamsters.
Oh, it's not that small, Tom.
Alfie, you can practically get straight out of bed and into the bath. I mean, it's right on the main road.
Look, it's only till tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, then what?
Oh, worry about that tomorrow.
I'm sure we'll feel a lot happier about it then.
Look, there is nothing we can do tonight, is there? Now we're here, we might as well make the most of it. Now, let's have a look at this. I'm feeling quite peckish.
I just thank heavens that nobody saw us. I mean, that really would have got the tin lid on it.
It'll cost you an arm and a leg in here.
If you don't shut it, I'll break an arm and a leg. Yours. Oh, we have booked Mr. and Mrs. Dagworth.
Right, this way, please.
I think I'll start with the onion soup. Oh, Matt, I don't believe it.
Yo, look who's here.
Hey!
Well, we'll never expect to see you two in here tonight.
We could say the same.
Well, we're celebrating. You know, my redundancy money, like, from factory. So what are you doing in here?
Well, we're stopping here, actually.
You stopping here? What's up with your place?
We're not in yet. There's been a temporary hold-up, you know. So, anyway, we've had to come here. Just for the night, like.
Oh, you're moving in tomorrow, are you?
Well, we're stopping. Not with all these prices.
Hey, well, if you find yourself out on the street, love, you're always welcome to keep on our side too.
Well, will you excuse us? It's been rather a trying day.
What did I say?
I don't know.
So what are we doing then? Do you want some breakfast?
I want a home. That's what I want.
Yes, I know that, love. Are you getting up or what?
What's there to get up for?
Like I say, breakfast. I mean, it's all in. Choose what. I mean, it's in with the price of the room. We might as well go down and eat it, eh?
Oh, all right, Alfie. Look, you go down. You can have my breakfast and all. That should make your day.
Now, look, there's no point in going all sulky. I'm not seeing this until 2 o'clock. Till then, there's not much else I can do, is there?
That beer of Duckworth. She'll have it all around Coronation Street by now.
Have you heard the latest? The Roberts haven't got a home they can call their own. They've moved out, but they can't move in.
I'm just here.
But what does it matter? Let her say what she likes.
Oh, you don't care, do you? You don't care if you're a laughing stock.
I care about the expense, especially this place. Who's going to compensate me for that, eh?
Look, I'm telling you, Alfie, I'm not going to show my face again in Coronation Street till we're in that new house, so you can just don't get rid of that couple in the side crescents.
Yes, I know, love.
What we need is action, not excuses.
I know!
All right, so what are you going to do?
I'm going downstairs, I'm going to have the full English breakfast, and then I'm going to pay the bill.
Pay the bill?
Yeah, we're not stopping in this place another night, I'll tell you that for nothing. So you can get yourself up and dressed and ready before 12 o'clock before they try and charge me for an extra night.
Oh.
Hiya.
Hello, love. Have you been coping?
Yeah, more or less. I was beginning to think you weren't coming in at all today.
Yeah, well, we're back now.
We wouldn't be if I had my way.
Hey, is it true what Vera Duckworth's been saying?
What did I tell you?
Look, I don't know what she's been saying, and I don't care. I can tell you the truth of the matter is it's nothing sensational.
Oh, no, we're only homeless.
Oh, the position is this. There's been a bit of a hitch, that's all. Now, the people that we're supposed to be going into their house, they can't move, so we can't move in.
But these gypsies have caravans.
Look, it is a hiccup. It's a temporary setback, that's all. It'll all be solved by today. So instead of moaning, why don't you do something useful for once in your life and go stick kettle on?
Oh, abuse now, is it? Don't you come the caveman act with me, Alf Roberts. You can't even provide me with a cave. And if a man can't perform his basic function, what good is there?
Mr. Ballantyne.
Well, that appears to be the position.
By rights, the Ballantyne's house is not theirs any longer. It's ours. So when it comes to it, they are squatting in our house.
That's not my understanding of the legal position, Mrs. Roberts.
See, Mr. Lotterby knows about the law. It's a bit daft trying to tell him his own business.
And I say to you now, with all emphasis, if your inclination is to begin litigation over this, I must strongly urge against it. You'd need a bottomless purse, Mr. Roberts.
Oh, some of them haven't got. As a matter of fact, I was wondering about getting some reimbursement for the expense I've already had. I've had to put the furniture into store for a start, you know. Last night we stayed at this very expensive hotel.
Oh, it's not what I'd call expensive.
I see no chance of claiming against the Ballantynes. No, I'm sorry. All I can say is, with a little bit of luck, you won't be put to this inconvenience for much longer.
That's not good enough. I mean, someone has got to be responsible for all this confusion, all this disappointment.
Yes, and I'll tell you who and why. It's because some folk just won't wait. It's rush, rush, rush. You get nothing from rushing but blunders, and some folk have been told that until I'm sick. She just won't be told. Is a solicitor, not a flipping mafia hitman.
I merely said...
What you said was get yourself round to Hillside Crescent and lean on people. Those were your very words, lean on people.
Well, you were no help. Talk about spineless. The way you get looking at your watch and frowning.
Look, we need to talk about this in private. Let's go it flat.
Oh.
Any messages?
No.
Who's that?
That's Mr. and Mrs. Roberts. You've just moved into their old house.
Oh, that's Roberts, is it? My old fella's got a bone to pick with him.
Look, we've got to tackle this situation calmly.
Calmly.
Yes, calmly. Now, I've got a two-point plan. The first point is we are not going back to that hotel again.
Well, there I do agree with you. I mean, it was absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Oh, incidentally, you were well off not having the breakfast. I don't know what it was, the bacon, I think, but it's lying very heavy.
Oh, dear. Well, what hotel are we going to, then?
Hotel? We're not going to a hotel, not when we've got a perfectly good billet here.
Here?
Here, this flat. Look, we lived here before. We can live here again. We were perfectly happy.
Well, you may have been... Oh, no, Alfie, come on. I'm not having that. I mean, that's going backwards, that is.
Well, it's either that or a tent on the Red Wreck, because I'm not lashing out good money for somewhere when we've got a perfectly good place here, and that's final.
We'll be the laughing stock of the neighbourhood.
Oh, give up.
Well, you can stop here if you like, Alfie, but I am certainly not going to.
Well, I don't know where you're going to find the money to pay for a hotel, because I'm not going to give you none. Look, you've said to me that a man has a duty to provide shelter for his wife. Well, I've done it. This is it. It's only for a day or two anyway. I don't know what all the problem is.
Oh, it's absolutely filth there.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you've noticed that. Now then, this here is a brush, and this here is a mop. If you need any more cleaning material, it's down in the shop, so just help yourself.
Robert.
Oh, Tom.
There's nobody in, is there?
I don't think so, look.
Good, well, I can do us a quick shot without having to run the gauntlet of all the comments and jokes they're bound to want to make at my expense.
Hey! Don't you think you're carrying this a bit too far?
Carrying what a bit too far?
All this dodging in and out, avoiding folk. We've done nothing to be ashamed about, love. It happens to plenty of other people.
Well, it didn't, did it? It happened to us.
Well, so what? Let folks say what they like.
Oh, it's easy for you not to care. You're not as sensitive as I am, but hide like a rhinoceros. I'm doing us fish for tea, all right?
I hope. Look, I'm doing the best I can. Now, I rang the solicitor again this afternoon.
Oh, what did he say?
Well, I didn't actually get through to him, but I spoke to his secretary.
Oh, you'll be speaking to his answering machine tomorrow, I suppose. Do you know, may I suggest that the best thing you could do is to start thinking very hard about ways you can get us out of this lousy flat. Oh, hello, Jack.
Don't stop arguing on my account, lovey. I'm used to it. Matter of fact, it's a pleasure listening to somebody else on the receiving end.
165, please.
Sorted the house out, Alf?
Well, no, there's been a bit of a hold-up, you know.
Do you know what I think?
What?
I think this fella's pulled a fast one, you know. I think he's planned it that way so he don't have to shell out on his new house and he can stick all his money in the bank. Wish I were that smart.
I'm sorry, do you know, I've got my headaches coming on, but...
Oh, now, see. Why don't you keep your big mouth shut, Duckworth?
I was only joking. You knew I was only joking, didn't you?
Well, I thought you were.
Look, the fella wasn't being serious.
Maybe he was speaking more of the truth than he realised.
I beg your pardon.
I said maybe
I know what
he
you
was
said. What did you mean by it exactly? You mean I did this on purpose? Because if you do, I don't think that's funny.
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And while we're on the subject, I'm sick and tired of being blamed for everything that happens. For your information, I'm just as upset about all this as you are. I mean, times like this, a fella expects his wife to support him, not pick on him every 2 minutes.
What are we going to do, Al?
Oh, I don't know. Yes, I do. We're going to go down there and we're going to have a drink.
Well, with everybody
With
there?
everybody saying what the devil they like to our faces, we'll show them we're not arguing, that we're not blaming one another, we're together in this. Because if we're not, what does it matter about our house?
Yes, we are. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right, love. Skin like a rhinoceros.
Oh, do you know, I say some terrible things, don't I?
Don't matter, love.
Oh.
Listen, we'll go down there, we'll show them whatever happens, we're still together, and we can still manage a smile, right?
Yeah.
Evening.
Good evening. Pint of bitter and a gin and tonic, please. And listen, have one yourself. I think I might have been a bit out of line earlier.
You've got a lot to contend with, Alf.
Yeah, but not more than we can manage, eh?
No, quite happy in our little flat, really.
Yeah, of course we are, yeah. Anyway, other people have more serious problems. How's Rita? Hello.
Glass of lager then, love.
Please, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Listen, I'm glad I bumped into you. You know our backyard's still full of rubbish.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Jim, don't.
No, it's all right. Look, all I want to know is when's it going to be shifted, that's all.
Well, I can't understand it because we've been in touch with the
Anybody
council.
want serving?
Pint and a half of lager.
Oh, here, I'll get these.
No, honestly, there's no need. The only thing I want you to get is rid of the rubbish.
Well, I can't understand it. I mean, we rang the council. You rang them, didn't you?
Me? No.
Well, I asked you to.
I told you I was busy.
Well, I thought you'd do it later.
I know, but as I was busy, I thought that you'd do it.
Oh, for crying
Now,
out loud.
don't blame me. You're blaming me for everything, aren't you? Well, you are not going to blame me for this. You can fight it out between yourselves. Come on.
Audrey, just a moment.
Well, hallelujah, we're making progress. We know why the rubbish is there now. All we got to do is get rid of it.
Just leave.
There you go.
Made you a cup of tea, love. Are you awake?
I don't know.
Anyway, I've seen the bread man, love, so you can have a lie-in this morning.
Tell me where I am.
You know where you are.
Is it over a shop? If it is, then I'm not awake. It's just an awful nightmare I'm going through.
Look, it's only temporary, love.
The whole of your life's only temporary off. I don't want any.
Oh.
All right. Leave it.
You won't be a minute.
Good, because I'm busy.
Yeah, well, he's busy enough.
Thought this is where you'd gone.
Well, you thought right then, didn't you?
Now, Jim, don't.
Look, I'm just going to ask him when he intends to shift his rubbish, that's all.
Yeah, well, there's asking and asking.
Listen, it's his rubbish. He has to move it. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right, of course.
Well,
but
then.
Just
Oh,
don't.
it's you, is it? Now, look, before you start on me, I've been on to him all morning. And to Sally, all morning.
All morning he has.
On to who?
The cleansing department. I used to have a bit of sway there, you know. But they've reorganised. Well, they call it reorganising.
Well, what do they say?
Ah, yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, you're not going to like this. They say they can't shift it until after Christmas.
After Christmas?
Yeah, well, being realistic, that means the new year, doesn't it? I mean, I said you wouldn't like it.
Look, never mind whether I like it or not. It's of no concern to me. I don't give a monkey's what the council can or cannot do. I'm not asking the council to move it. It's your rubbish, and I'm telling you, shift it.
It's asking, Mr. Roberts. Asking.
Asking?
Yeah, all right, well, what am I supposed to do? I've got a shop to run, Christmas coming, my wife's sick upstairs. Am I supposed to hump mattresses and wardrobes?
Look, I'm sure you'll find someone who will if you look hard enough, and preferably this side of Christmas. It's our yard, your rubbish. Move it.
It would be a help if you could, you know, because we're trying to get decorated and...
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Hey, everything if she says so. And another thing, the front bedroom ceiling's leaking.
Yeah, well, see your surveyor about that, because I'm too busy trying to arrange to shift rubbish.
He has had a coronary condition, you know, and he's not been very well.
And he's not a squadding either. People won't jump when you say jump anymore, and you're just going to have to get used to it.
Well, we'll see about that then, won't we? Look, listen, love. I don't mean to upset anyone, honestly, I really don't. I don't want to.
Mr. Lassabit, oh, I hope you're about to change my life.
Well, I might be.
Oh, I better go upstairs then.
But you can't take him up there, Alf. It's like a tip up there.
Well, there's no need for that, Mrs. Roberts. I'm afraid there isn't any legal business to be done. I'm sorry, but your vendors have withdrawn their property from the market.
Who's done what?
I think you heard what he said, love.
You mean they've pulled out? They're not selling?
I'm afraid it's another case of the chain collapsing. So, the Ballantines are staying put. So, that means...
We're stuck here, does it? I mean, the music stops, so we're out. You solicitors, I mean, you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. And other people get lumber, but you still want your bill paying, don't you? Oh, damn solicitors.
I thought it was rather good of me to come out of my way to tell you. Strictly speaking, it should be the Ballantines who tell you, not me.
Well, are they not selling at all, then?
Well, perhaps in the spring, if they can. But they've lost the house they're buying as well, you see.
At least they've got somewhere to live still. What about us?
Well, look on the bright side.
Oh!
Bright side?
You sold at the top of the market. When you do find something, you'll be in a very good position. Ready money.
Yes. And when you do find something, you tell me, right?
Well, what can I do? What can I... Audrey, I need to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you.
All right, then. Alma's out here. She wants to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to anybody else.
Look, Audrey, look, listen, I know how you're feeling.
You don't know how I'm feeling, Alma. Nobody does. You've no idea. I am stuck in this rat hole with that fool out there. I mean, nobody knows how I feel.
It don't matter what I do, you know. It'll never be right. It'll never be right till I slit my throat for some folk.
Now, look, come on, Audrey. It's no good locking yourself in there.
She's taking a bottle of whiskey in there with her. 12-year-old and all.
Listen, Audrey, it'll do you no good, you know. You are just being stupid.
I know.
And where's Audrey? Plain Cinderella huddled over the gas fire, toasting crumpets for the wicked grocer's tea.
She's not back from Christmas shopping yet, is she?
Christmas shopping? Why wasn't I invited?
Oh, there's a spur-of-the-moment decision, Alma. No, you see, having realised that this moving life was more trouble than it was worth, she's put her mind to making sure that we have a good Christmas in the...
I wish we hadn't had to leave Jenny, you know.
Yeah, well, there's only one person she wanted with her today.
Yeah, but Martin's got other commitments. Oh, Kev, I hope she's going to be all right.
We spent half the day looking after her.
Don't be tight.
Look, I'm sorry, Sal, but we've got our own lives to lead.
I know, but leaving her, grieving for her dad in that place. We're like a concentration camp.
Yeah, well, she should be at home with Rita now. No one forced her out of number 7. It was her own choice. Vacant possession?
That's the whole point. How else will we be in by Christmas?
Hasn't this last week taught you nothing, woman?
Of course it has. It doesn't mean we've got to stop looking, does it?
Oh, I see. So we go on as we have been, as if we've got money to burn. A bottomless piggy bank for you to dip into every time you get itchy feet.
Anyone would think I would propose in a world cruise.
She doesn't seem to realise I've just spent nearly £1,000 moving exactly 10 yards into a flat I already own.
So that's our house-moving career over, is it?
Well,
you can stop and rot in that mouldy little flat if you like, but don't expect me to stop with you. Come on now.
Now, look.
If you're expecting your 50 quid back, forget it, because me and Am are going to spend it on someone you know nothing about. Fun!